Okay, so we have a nice group here, and I wanted to do an initial recording, something hopefully concise that will give people an overview of what the class is that Linda and I are presenting in Arizona, and it'll be the day after Susie's class for Everyday Avatars. She's going to have her class on Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the last weekend of September, pause, and then our class would be the Monday after at the same location. So I'm going to put the flyer up here and just kind of go through what we're planning on presenting there. Not in a lot of detail, but just enough to give an idea there. Okay, are you guys able to see that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we've got planned is to do a one-day event where we go over in the morning just some general information about what the nanoplasma technology is that MT Keshe is teaching. He's a nuclear physicist. He's Iranian by birth. He's living and working out of Italy right now, and he teaches free classes to anybody can join these things. He teaches at midnight and 5 a.m. in the United States time. So, but the point is it's all free open source information. And by listening to the program since, gosh, I guess it's been almost a year now, right? Since October of last year. Linda and I started listening to the teachings and playing with the technology and making some of the devices and plasmas and especially the health types of applications so that we could play with them ourselves. And then I'm going to kind of page down here. And then when we had the event with Susie in March, I just kind of off the cuff decided to go ahead and bring some of the things with me, thinking that I didn't know if the stuff was really, you know, what it was cracked up to be. Was it something that was going to be useful for the planet and the world? I just knew it was fun and interesting for us to play with. I enjoyed doing the lab of it. I enjoyed doing the physics and the chemistry and creating the things. And when I brought them to the program in March for our Awesomeism group, it really actually surprised me quite a bit how well it was received and how much fun people were having with it, what they were feeling from the plasma technology. Susie's reaction to it as well, it really pleasantly surprised me that she really kind of took it in and was saying, yes, this is good stuff. And she was kind of calling it the kind of the avatar tools, you know, for the new avatars. And verifying and confirming for me what I kind of knew in my heart, that this is really I guess you would say a high vibratory, love-based, benevolent technology that's here to be played with. And that was important to me. And yes, it is, you know, I've satisfied my desire to know that it's working towards the expansion for this planet and helping us into having things to play with the new energy that's here, you know, and opening up possibilities that are beyond what our previous paradigm was. So to take a look at this quickly, then the morning session, we're planning on doing more, you know, like a PowerPoint type of a thing and discussion showing an overview of who Keshe is, what his foundation is working with in all the different areas of life, which are just about all of them, right? Energy production for the home, health, technology, travel, which is an interesting subject, water purification, agriculture, space. That's probably not even all of them, but that's a pretty good summary. And then we'll go further into the health applications specifically in this one-day event, because that's my area of interest and where I've really emphasized, you know, we've been making the patches and the pins and doing a research group with our Awesomeism group. We've sent out, what, like 50 or 60 maybe of the patch kits to just the people in awesomeism, so they could play with them and give us feedback. And we have that kind of as a stream on our Facebook page called Awesomeism Avatar Tools. And people post things all the time there that are so fun, you know, what they find out by playing with the patches with their kids and their parents and themselves. And so I won't get into all of that right now, but it's a really nice place to take a peek and see what people are doing with it. It's like the results with it are beyond what I even imagined, way beyond, which is fine. I let my hologram surprise me in many ways, and this is just one of them. And then the afternoon session, we plan to do a lab, like a DIY, you know, how people do, where they make things. And we will, you know, bring what we have that we use when we have our patch parties. Yasmin has attended our patch party. And so, you know, it's pretty simple DIY. We're going to be there with you, kind of a project table, and you'll go from step to step down the tables as to how to put one of these patches together, and then leave with your own kit that's been made by you, which is fun. Oh, and one of the fringe benefits that I see, we're going to show people how to make the GaNS kit, right? So you can go home and make your own GaNS, but I will also, someone gave me this idea and I think it's just so cool. We'll have some GaNS kits, or we'll have some GaNS being made during our event. And what that does is it creates the GaNS of the event. It takes the energetics of the event and the people involved and what's being created, and the potentials and possibilities will be part of that GaNS. It'll be like the GaNS of the avatar group or something, you know, and then we can make patches of that and send it to people, you know, and they can make a patch of their retreat GaNS and take it home, you know. I just think that's so cool. Someone gave me that idea. Okay, and then so the price for that we came up with, you know, there's a cuteness about those numbers. We chose 55 for the morning session, 55 for the afternoon session, because some people may choose to just stay half a day, you know, they might need to fly out. They may just want the overview, but not necessarily making things part of it. And that'll give people the option to do that. And of course, we include hugs and smiles. That's the fun part. And then,
Lots of hugs and smiles.
And lots of hugs and smiles. And then we were delineating, you know, what it is we want to provide during this program, and then what we're going to offer as, you know, other things that you can take home with you for an additional donation, you know. So our expectation is that during the one-day program, you'll make yourself one kit and one pen to take home. And we're going to attempt to have some more patch parties before we leave and put together some already put together kits, and that people can, you know, purchase for their, I call it contribution. I don't like purchasing. They can contribute in exchange for another kit, depending on how many we get made, you know. We'll bring extra, you know, especially of the avatar smoothie patches and things like that. So we'll still have, for people that are watching this, we're going to have a couple more of these Zoom chats, one at 6 o'clock Pacific today, and again at 10:15 and 6 o'clock Pacific on Wednesday, to give people another chance to talk to us and ask their questions. So is that pretty good summary, Linda? You have anything else to add?
You did good.
I did good. And Linda will be there with her smiling, loving self. I just love that picture of her and her blue eyes. It's gorgeous. And so we have a couple of people here on the Zoom meeting that have been playing with us with this technology, and they're ones that have kind of grabbed it and run with it, which is so cool. I love to see it when they post pictures of making their second generation patches and making their own GaNS. My gosh.
A couple of avatars.
These are some Avatar Alchemist goddesses.
Yeah, right.
So I asked if they would kind of stay on and maybe say a little something about kind of how that's going with them and the enjoyment they're getting out of it, because I love to see all that. So Eva, do you want to
Sure.
say something about that first? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I love this technology. And I have to tell you, I was slow out of the gate. And I think that's because there's more to this than just nano coding and putting it together and making some GaNs.
Excuse me.
There's a consciousness to this that is what I needed to understand and kind of interface with. So I kept really being hard on myself, because I thought, why don't I have my GaNs made? Where's my GaNs? And it was this dance that this consciousness and I were doing. And it's almost like, you can't have me until you understand me.
Oh.
I know, that's how it felt though. And I could feel this and that's the best way I can talk about it, because I can only talk about it now. I couldn't talk about it before. Anyway, long story short, it took me months to learn it all, because this teaching's been going on for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, Heather's like, whoa. Yeah. And so I had to listen. And then I felt comfortable. And then I watched some more, and I listened and I watched. And then fast forward, this group of friends I have here, really beautiful spiritual community, they love it. And they loved hearing me talk about it at meditations. And it just, one thing very, very seamlessly and organically and easily turned into, well, I should teach a class. Now, I would have totally gone running and screaming the other way, but there was this confidence in me, or like this, I felt so supported. I'm like, I can do this. I know I don't know a lot, but I really do know a lot, because there's a lot to know, and I can teach what I know. And I wasn't afraid, because I don't know, I just wasn't afraid. And so we organized it at a friend's house, and she's got this huge, beautiful downstairs. And I set up, I brought everything, Heather. I brought everything. I mean, I was like crazy woman here. The teaching lasted, it could have kept on going, because we had one person talk about the consciousness. The other person who introduced it talked about bringing it in with the masters, and how this is what's coming for us as a humanity, that we are what we've been looking for. We are the saviors, and this is part of our freedom. And so what I did first was I played Mr. Keshe's that he says in many of his teachings, which I love. And I wanted everyone to hear his voice. And I wanted them to see that beautiful beginning with the earth and the one planet, one nation. I wanted them to see that. And then what I always do is I always read, and I read this a lot, because every time I read this, I get more and more connections between why I'm so drawn to this. You know what this is? The Lita, yeah? When I finally saw her on 21st Century Superhuman and she read this, I was bawling out of joy. And so every time I talk about GaNs and nanotechnology, I always read this to people, because I want them to realize it's more than free energy. For my piece of it, I'm drawn to the health piece too, but there's a consciousness that draws me to this. There's the interface that it has with our consciousness, and the way that it so beautifully helps us to grow in our consciousness, I think, is my major draw in this technology. And anyway, so I taught how to nanocoat. I tried to teach as much as I could about why. We talked about making GaNs. I set up a little demonstration. We were going to nanocoat towards the end, but it had been about 5 hours and people were tired. And so I handed out patches and your sheets, Heather, that you gave us about what all the different CO2s are, that 3-page sheet. I love that sheet. And people just loved it. But I really wanted to tell them that this is not just what I can do. And my friend Heather and Linda gave to me, and I made second generations, and I had my own patches too. I said, you can do this. I taught them with the Food Saver how to make second generations themselves. And they couldn't believe it, And then I said, I think it's great if you want to make your own GaNs, because you're going to have a consciousness interface. And it's going to be beautiful for you. But wherever you are, be there, and that's just fine. And so we're going to have another at someone else's house soon. I mean, it's just, and then I'm going to teach them how to do nano coating in a Ziploc bag, because I thought, wow, that's really nice and easy. So now that I've learned new things, I'll be able to share new things. And it's just amazing to me how much people love it. They just love it. So there you go.
Oh, that's beautiful, Eva. Thank you. Gosh, I love that. Whatever it was that we did for the first 4 or 5 months, listening and writing things down and making instruction sheets and all of that. Linda's our videographer, right? And, you know, I'd write things down and ask during classes. And my aim was to be kind of a bridge to people feeling like they could take this and play with it. Because
exactly.
Listen to the man, and he's a beautiful man. He's got a dialect, and he does go on and you know, trying to put together. So, what do you want me to do? You know, and what do I buy? You know, that part has been a work in progress for all the students involved that are, you know, trying to put it together. So, if I'm being a little bit of that kind of a bridge, that's what I wanted to do.
Yes.
And I've already mowing their lawn out front, so I'm going to mute here just a sec, and I'm going to let Yaz and Poncho's there. Hi, handsome. I was going to see if you would spend a few minutes maybe and just kind of give people an idea of kind of how you got into this and what you're playing with, and kind of the usefulness of being involved in that. Can you do that for just a minute or two? Or 5? Let's see. Okay.
I want to share we remember our first GaNS. We made it together, and also our friends, also my son is here, Victor, and I think it's what Mr. Keshe wants, togetherness, oneness, and for us it's what this technology means, love and togetherness and unity. We were as a family in a gap, like we don't feel like we were separated. We were in the ditch or in our backstory. And I always read what Linda and Heather sent to us. We know that this information can enlighten our lives. So we were like not loving and care for each other. And when we start to doing this, we start as a family, and then we start to feel this teamwork, interest in each other, because we finally find out something that we enjoy. We were doing a lot of things by fear for several months, or even more than 1 year. So I think like Keshe technology is about love, and we find that love through our friends, Linda and Heather. So we are so happy. We are always want to participate in anything they do, because they are like the true alchemists, because she always, Linda and Heather, teach us how to be allowing and loving.
Yes.
And I think just the technology is like a bridge to be that way. Maybe they don't need that because they are just so awesome and you can learn about them, but we were so a long time that we couldn't see that kind of experience again, and we couldn't replicate it. So to me, this is what the technology helps us to reinvent yourself, bring your alchemists, your scientists, your joy, because also it's what I love about Linda and Heather and Keshe. They said, do it, and it's not, anything is going to be wrong. You always keep you back because you want to be perfect, and this is about you need to try, then you bring up that scientist, the alchemist, the loving, the God in you. So this is what for us has been, and I am so blessed, and I'm so blessed too that Linda and Heather keep us in that spectrum of love. Then they can touch our lives, even we are in a distant kind of separated, but not through their love and the spectrum of their allowance and oneness.
Yes.
Oh,
For me,
beautiful, Yasmin.
yes. For me, this has been an experience of new technology, um, discover new things. But like Jasmine said, we were doing things more out of fear, and now we are doing it out of love, um, to help more people, to reach more people. And what I have discovered is that it's not just doing things the right way. We try to be perfectionists, so we held back because, oh no, this is not right, this is not perfect. But what we have learned is that uh, there is not right, there is no wrong. The important thing is to try to keep on going, and even things that at the beginning we thought were not correct, that we were messing up, at the end it was not a bad thing, it was not a mistake, it was just discovering a new thing and discovering a new project. So we are sharing, we are giving love to people, and for me, has been a new discovery, because reflected in your project. So that is awesome. That is something that I didn't realize it was going to be like this. So it has been a journey of discovery, a new technology, and I love the phrase that Heather used, coming out of the plasma closet.
Yeah, that was before I was recording, Poncho, so now you said it.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
Victor.
sorry.
Well, I think Victor is the one that has the ability inside that
Hi,
he
Victor.
knows about the patches. He knows when he got hit or has any feeling in his body. He knows that the patches is for his body. Like, we don't teach at the beginning, like maybe one time, the second, but now he's asking for his patches. He's asking for his pen. He likes to play like an avatar, like a magician. And also now he's playing with the toys when they hit. So they put the patches in the toy.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's to me, it's like these kids are coming in, they know this technology, right? I think they're going to have ideas beyond what we have, and they're going to not require the education and what and how and why, you know, like those our age are going to require a little instruction what this stuff is for. But the kids, to me, they're going to just get it, you know. And it's beautiful. Like even Ren in the Philippines, he said his little 2-year-old twins, they fall and bump their knee. Now instead of going to mom for, you know, an aspirin or whatever, they'd say patch, patch, you know. I just think that's a beautiful advancement for our little ones, you know, the generation. We're going to give them something that they can do that's so much more self-empowering than the old paradigm. So the whole thing's awesome. Thank you so much. And we enjoyed playing with you guys and seeing you play with us. Aw, we love it. We love it.
Maybe we can talk about party patches, and it's a beautiful experience because it's again like bring you together.
Yes.
The oneness, everybody can share what they think, how they do things, and that is a nourishing moment for everybody. And maybe you learn like we were amazing how Linda and Heather has this ideas and how they organize, and just to bring the labels, the order, the planning, but in a fun way, you know. And this is the thing that maybe we forgot as human beings, or at least us, to have fun with the things. Have fun.
Yes, having the opportunity to be there and to be in the patch party and doing the actual work, but in teams, and share the energy with other people. That was so exciting, and like a bolt of energy, you know, thrusting us forward. So yes, thank you, Heather. Thank you, Linda, for inviting us and make us part of the patch party.
Oh,
And then it was beautiful, beautiful.
So I'm just going to tell people, right, yeah, about the patch party. So we had tables of all of our different plasma waters, and people were making all different patches, you know, and they were coming up with their own combinations, which was cute, you know, like even everybody brings their own like question and creation. Like Yasmin was like, you know, what combination of these would we use for Victor, you know, for the diaper wipes and for the bottom and things like that for kids that are using the diapers. And then, you know, the expanded question was, okay, what about the children that have to use the diapers for their life, you know, and they have a challenge with their skin with that and things. So then we sat down with each other and the plasma water and the pendulum, and we said, what would be the formula? And then we came up with Victor's diaper patch. And he's even got his name and a label on it, you know. So I just see that, you know, those kind of things are just, every person's going to bring their questions and their situations, and the questions are going to bring answers, right? You know, Keshe has put out a lot of formulas and ideas of what each patch might be for. And I can't keep up with him because there's so many, but you know, we have created the instruction sheets for each of the patches, and they're shared on our Awesome Avatar page and a lot of other sites, and we'll also share them with the group during the class. So I'm just looking forward to all the other, you know, exciting things that people come up with and create, because he talks about applications for just about every health situation that you can think of. Yeah, I'm not going to go into all that right now because that's a long discussion. We will in our class though, huh? We'll go into that a little bit more, and I post things all the time on the website. So, okay. Well, I have a program with Kesh was talking recently when he was talking in Washington, D.C. To the group there. It's pretty long. What I think I'm going to do is it's about 30 minutes long, where he kind of says who he is and what he does. I think I'll just make a separate clip of that and then post it near this video. So we're already coming to about 45 minutes. I asked, oh, you found one, Eva? He does like a little short one. What is it, like 5 minutes or something that they play at the beginning of every Knowledge Seekers? I think you're muted, Eva. I tried to unmute you, but you're still muted.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know,
yeah.
you know how to do the screen share?
Huh?
You know how to do the screen share from your computer? Okay.
I have a button that says share
That
screen.
That would be the one. So
If I push it, how does it know what I want to share?
it gives you options. You can share the whole parent screen, or you can share one window.
Let's go. Oh, look at that. Here we go.
He's learning. That's how I learned, by playing with it. Yasmin helped me play with it, didn't you?
You're fun, Eva.
You see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna press play.
Okay, do that.
There are people listening from every corner of this planet. No knowledge has been dispersed so beautifully, so balanced across the planet. this planet ever. Maybe the you have the full potential of achieving everything in the universe. There is no need and there is no reason for my method. So, wherever you are, the way I taught you to make the coils double pole inside, you have continuous equal gravitational magnetic field, and if you put CO2 on it, and you put zinc on it, you have connected the emotion of the man to it at a stable condition, and you'll find out it becomes very peaceful man. Here, instead of having galaxies and universes and creating collection imaginatively, we have used the material state gravitational magnetic field strength to dominate and dictate the shape of the matter. The nanotechnology, the nanomaterial which you have adequately developed in different ways, by possibly by electric currents, by whatever, fire or whatever, has that advantage that the matter, the nano, and the plasma is all the same. So connection is very solid. It's very strong. The power of the plasma technology, the way we have thought, is beyond imagination of the mind.
There we go. Yeah, it kind of it played with a lot of like ominous sound, you know.
I can hear it really good here.
Almost a little bit of an echo with it, and you know, like he's talking through a big tunnel.
Drop out for.
I don't know. I guess because it's sharing. I don't know, but I heard it. It came through beautifully for me, like the way it would if you're listening to one of the teachings.
Well, maybe it will come out just fine on the recording, and I'll also put the link to it.
Okay.
They do have it like separate.
Do they? Okay, cool.
On there somewhere. I wasn't finding it at the moment. So thank you for grabbing it and picking it up.
Oh, yeah.
I love my other selves. They all work together so nicely.
So I'm going to stop share. There we go. Ooh, learn something new.
Yeah, it's we do that during the private classes and stuff. If you have a question and you're trying to show something that you took a picture of, or you can even, like, you take their computer into the lab, and then Keshe will say, you know, what is your question about this? And you show him and the other people via your computer what you're doing. And then he just goes on the screen and he'll annotate it, you know, and he'll get his pointer and say, oh, well, you know, connect this to that, or, you know, maybe do it differently, or, you know, here's some other. And just about every question people come up with, he's like, okay, now I can expand the knowledge on that. So it's like it's some assembly required on this planet, you know, that the beauty of this technology, to me, the way he's presenting it is, let me bring it to everyday people, especially people that don't have much for resources. He wants, you know, people in Africa and China and, you know, everywhere, people in their kitchens to be able to make something that's going to give them a lot more options for energy and health and consciousness expansion. And he's doing it in a way that is grounding it here, you know, through people's kitchens and hands, and, you know, the equipment that you would need, you could go out, you know, to somebody that's not in the situation probably that we're in. Maybe they can go to a dump and pull some wires out of an old computer, and they can make this stuff, you know, for cents or not even for money. And that's to me, that's a big part of what he's trying to do. He's very, what's that called? Benevolent, altruistic, you know, thought that he's wanted to take it to the people, as well as, you know, the governments and the multinational corporate. Everybody gets the same knowledge and everybody gets to play with it, you know, so there's nobody ahead of anybody else. Everybody's equal. And then we can move on from there, right? into more of the unity type consciousness. And he really teaches that. He brings a lot of consciousness into his teaching. You know, some people may get it and some people may not, but by playing and tinkering with, you know, the idea that, hey, I want to have cheaper energy in my house, then they start to see those connections, those consciousness connections. You know, learning about plasma physics, you just kind of have to jump that fence, you know, eventually, or at least expand your awarenesses about those kind of things. And he teaches it quite well, him and his wife both. So we're getting pretty close to an hour. Anybody think of anything that might be helpful for people that are potentially going to attend a class in Arizona that might help them kind of get what this is about? Oh, I got everybody muted. If I unmute you, you could say something, right? There we go. No? It still says Linda and Yaz are muted even though I pushed unmute. So you guys can see what you got going on in that department. And also my internet's being a little wobbly, so I hope it comes out all right on the recording.
No, they're unmuted.
Unmuted.
Yay, everybody's
I don't know if
unmuted.
you want me unmuted though.
What are you saying, Linda? Now, if you guys don't know Linda, she's a hell of a lot of fun, heck of a lot of fun to be around. It's worth the $111 just to hang out with her for the day because she's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
She's full of love,
We know Linda.
you know, just full of all kind of fun.
Oh.
Hi, Victor. I hope you can come here. And I'm glad Eva asked the question because maybe we can figure out a way to either record it or have a live feed on Zoom to the class.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Why not? We'll just kind of have to feel into that with Susie and see how the participants feel about that, I guess. Because right now it's just open to, you know, Awesomeism people and the people that attend your conference. And so we thought we would just kind of start with that initially, and we'll see, you know, how many people we get signed up within a certain period of time. And then after that, if, you know, there's a few more spaces or we feel like we could take a few more people from the community, then, you know, consider that. I've got a lot of people calling me and emailing me saying they kind of heard about this and that they want to attend the workshop. It's like, well, this is mostly for Susie's group, and then, you know, maybe people that Susie and I both know, or, you know, people that are of a certain understanding, you know, and it's, you know,
and that's what'll happen, Heather. People at your event are gonna say, "Oh, I really want you to do this event for this my other group of friends." You're gonna, that was a big thing.
I feel that going on, and what I would like to do is to have events like this be a place where people learn how to do events like this. Yes. Because I think here pretty quick, this is going to blossom in ways that we can't even imagine at the moment. You know, people that are in every industry are going to want to plasmify their industry or plasmify their whatever it is they do. You know, they could be anything from artwork to technology to health. There are so many avenues that this can expand. It's just ridiculous. And I know I can't do it, and I don't want to do it. It's almost, kind of ominous, thinking, oh, whoa, what have I got a hold of here, you know?
Right, yeah.
So I hope we can inspire people to do the workshops. And, you know, is that okay on the volume? There's someone outside. There's several groups that are already together, the Goddesses of GaNS and Many Hands for Peace, and the Keshe Foundation has a site where they're all trying to organize workshop templates, you know, so that a person, say they want to do a 2-day workshop in their town, then they can go to the website and, okay, here's the advertisement, here's the flyers, here's the handouts, and here's a couple formats you might consider using. So we're
Is that ready to go, Heather?
No, we're creating it, my dear.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a couple of our friends in Australia are doing their workshop, I think next weekend. And we're doing this one in September. And, you know, each time somebody does a workshop, it helps to put that together. You know, here's the files that I used. Here's the way that it was done. So, yes.
Yeah.
So there'll be a bunch in Houston soon, and a bunch on the East Coast soon. Yeah, because I think people are going to want this information. It's like it's something that can't be kind of kept under wraps at all. It's just, I think it. Yeah, we don't even know where it's going at the moment, but it's exciting.
Yes.
It's 11 a.m.
It's 11:11. That's a good time. Good time to wrap it up. Is there anything else I didn't think of to say about the workshop or anything like that?
I think maybe to reinforce that people can do the things by himself, like the kids. Yes, like we can do have the experience hands-on, the hands-on experience.
Okay. You mean during the workshop that they get to do the hands-on making of the things? What you think, Victor? Do you want to play some more, Victor? You had fun at our little Plasma Wonderland Paradise. We had fun with you.
Yes, and also maybe, I don't know, for the future workshops, or that maybe you can do this together with your family. I think when you have your partner, I think the things are easier. Then involve the family, then then your friends, and then the community. I think we need together, like sometimes the kids, because now we need to figure out how to involve Victor. Like it's not to separate him, like how to involve him.
Exactly. Yep. Have it be a family affair. Well, that's what we're trying to make it simpler. I know, you know, like the whole concept of making GaNs and making nanomaterials, it's a lot of steps, and it's a lot of containers sitting around with things in them, which isn't necessarily conducive to the family life for a lot of people, you know, especially if they got small children in the house, or, you know, children with different sets of abilities that, you know, having something like this sitting on the kitchen counter, probably not a good idea. So what I really tried to do a lot was try to kind of gear down the GaNs making and nano making process to where we can teach people to do this. I call it the trifecta GaNs, where they can make all three GaNs at once. It actually ends up being in a, you can even make it in a coffee can with 3 bottles in it, and you can put that out in the garage, and it will, you know, make your GaNs for a couple days, and then you can go out and harvest it. So, and then like Eva was talking, there's simpler ways of doing the nano coating than what he teaches in class, which is a lot of hot water and caustic and chemicals and many days of processing. You can do that, but there are simpler ways of doing it. So we'll teach and talk about those too.
And you know, Heather, I was going to say the biggest part I think of our teaching was source, or if they want sort of the little interviews that you can find. Again, 21st Century Superhuman, they have the best interviews with really great people that summarize what this technology is and the consciousness of it, how to make it a stepping stone for folks too, who you can't just come into. Girl, I did this in my kitchen with my back deck. I said, if I can do it, you can do it. You know, maybe one of you would make the mangra, but maybe all of you will make GaNs, and that's okay. You know, we share it with each other, and boy, this is the time for it. People just love this. The sharing, yeah, the sharing, the family, it's beautiful.
I so agree. So yeah, it's there's so many different avenues to this that each person can do some different portion of it. They don't have to do it all. Like, you know, I don't necessarily spend a whole lot of time on making the energy units. I fiddle with it now and then, and when they make an upgrade or something, I'll go and change it. But I have yet to get one plugged in full time. I had one plugged in for about 21 days, and then we upgraded some things, and I've got it unplugged. And so, you know, I just go where my interest lies and what seems exciting and fun to do next.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just the way I do life. So it seems to work so far. And this is the GaNS making method that we'll teach in the class. And this is document is available on our Avatar Tools website, and got us in a golden age of GaNS as well. I see we're getting along on an hour. I just wanted to bring it up and just say that it's available there, and that's what we're going to teach. And we will, I want to be clear on this. We're not going to necessarily, you know, nano code a bunch of coils in a one-day class. So what we're going to be doing is we'll send you a list of supplies ahead of time. If you would like to bring what you have made to be instructed in how to use it during our class, then you can do that. If not, you can watch what we're doing and watch a demonstration, and you'll have enough information to make all your stuff when you get home. So we're not necessarily going to give away a bunch of these GaNS kits. They take a while to put together, and a lot of time and energy in making these little nano-coated critters here. We'll bring some that we have made, and then we'll show people how to do it so that they'll feel like they can take that on and do that when they get home. So. Okay, I think we should probably wrap it up. It's been an hour. These things just fly by. And I think it's just perfect the way that it came out. I'm going to stop the share and let everybody say goodbye, and then I'll stop the recording. Thank you guys for helping out. This will be one that I'll post for people to listen to and give them some info. You going to say goodbye, Victor? Or is he gone?
Bye, Victor.
To bed? No. Victor, can I see you, Victor? Okay, bye, Victor. Bye, everybody. Love you guys. So much love. Yeah.